Hello and welcome to Journey of Crafting. Today I'm going to do a video on a project share. This project share is for Missy at the channel of Do What You Love. And she has created this very neat idea. I don't know if she created the idea, but her project share that she's doing right now is for mini bags, like altered mini bags. So, and you could do them in the theme of Halloween and or fall or autumn. So pretty much, if you make a Halloween bag, and you send it in to her, then you get a Halloween bag back. You don't get the one you sent, but you get the one that you, someone else's. So with the bag that you make, you also send in a generic card, just telling a little bit about yourself, basically. But it's not addressed to her. It's just, it's a very generic card. So she calls her subscribers lovies. So you write on there just Dear Lovey. So it's to any of her subscribers. So anyway, that's what this video is about. I'm going to be creating that project for that project share. Now, I've run into a dilemma. I'm not currently able to go out shopping. I have like 2 days left. Well, not even 2 days. I have a day because today's Friday. Probably by the time this is posted, I will already have my license. Yay! But long story short, it expired. Had to take a test. The test is complicated here because you have to take the written exam and then you have to schedule out your driving exam, which is like 3 weeks after I took my written exam. So it was a pain in the behind. But anyway, it's finally here. So all fingers crossed I will have my license by tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, it'll be fine and I can go out and buy whatever I need. But as of right now, I don't have mini bags. So I thought it would be really fun to kind of create my own from what I have. So I do have these party treat bags. And so I had made recently some generic blank Halloween cards. And if you're interested on how I made these, the videos will be in the description box. There's 2 videos, one for the envelopes, one for the cards. But anyway, I made some generic blank cards, and I wanted to be able to fit these cards into the bag. And so I was going to use just this bag, but it doesn't fit my card. So I'm going to change this to make it to where it fits my card, and then I'm going to decorate it to basically make it look like one bag, like it was supposed to be that way. Does that make sense? I hope so. Anyway, so, and this is all in theory. I haven't actually done this yet, so I don't know if it's going to work. By the way, this is the new mat that I got. And I did actually buy it because it was a mat. I bought it because it was like super clearanced out. It was $15. This mat is gigantic. It's a 28, well actually anyway, it measures 28 inches across and 22 inches high. And I paid $15 for it. Now, as far as the other stuff that goes in it, that'll have to be for another video because, again, I need materials that I don't have. So, the first thing that I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do anything to this bag. I'm just going to cut. So if you can see, I don't know if you're going to be able to pick up, but when you're holding your bag flat, you can actually see the sides right here where it's folded, where this portion right here is folded. We're going to cut that off. So I'm just going to line it up and I'm going to look for that crease and I'm going to cut just on the inside of it. And I'm going to cut it off like that. So that whole fold is now a thing of the past. Okay. Now we're going to take this bag, portion of a bag, we're going to set it aside. Now I'm going to take the second bag and I'm going to flip it over. So the flap is up at the top. So recap, the first bag we cut, the flap was on the bottom. The second bag we cut, the flap is at the back and it's on the top. So we're going to do the same exact thing. We're going to cut off that creased portion. And we're going to set these aside. Excuse me. We're going to set this aside for now. And I'm going to grab some double-sided tape right here. I'm going to grab my 2 bags right here and right here. So it doesn't matter if they're the same width, because honestly this is a completely custom-made bag, so it won't matter. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to figure out how to insert this bag into the other bag. Okay, so the first thing I suggest doing is unfolding both pieces of the bag. What this does is it gives you an idea of how the bag will sit if folded and joined together. So I'm just going to set this right inside, just like this. Okay. Now I'm going to pull it out a little bit, and I'm going to determine where I want this to, how far out I want this to be. So the whole reason that I'm making this is, 1, I don't have a mini bag, but 2, I want it to fit my card. So I'm going to, this one section's just going to stay closed, so let's close this other one too, I guess. Okay, so I'm just going to pull it out just a little bit, and I'm going to see if that's big enough. And that's not big enough to go that way. It is big enough to go this way. So, I don't know. I think I want it to be a little bit bigger though. So we're just going to keep pulling out. And you can see the shadow on the inside of the bag of where the other side is. So you know not to pull too far. Okay, so that looks about good. And now I can put my card in this way or this way. Okay, now what we're going to do is double check and make sure that our bag is semi-straight, because we don't want a crooked bag. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to lay down our double-sided tape everywhere across this seam. So we'll start at the top first because it's here, and we're just going to lay it down. And we're not going to peel the backing off just yet. We're going to wait to do that part. Okay, and now, because we already laid this down, now we know where to put the rest of it. Okay, so just fold it over, and you do want to put it all across the seam because you want this to adhere to the other side as much as possible. So we're just going to flip it over, and we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. And then again across this whole side here. Okay, so now that we have this completely done, we're going to push it down because we want to burnish our tape. So now what we're going to do is we're going to open this side up, and we're going to make sure that this lays the same way as the other side. Okay? Alright. Now we're going to pull this out as far as we can again. Okay? And now make sure it's straight. Now we're going to pull this tab up. And by tab, I mean the backing of the tape. I'm not really sure why I said tab. Okay. Now we're just going to lay this flat. Now we're going to do the other side as well. We're going to do the bottom first, so we're going to untape or unfold this, pull the bottom off, the bottom backing off. We're going to lay that down. Well, possibly. Okay. We're going to lay this down, and we're just going to burnish it as well and push it down. And we're going to fold it back so it's laying flat here. Now, we have 2 pieces of tape here. Go ahead and take the backing off of both pieces. Or not. There we go. Okay. Now, make sure it's laying flat before you burnish anything down. And then just fold it over. Now, we already have an altered bag. Okay? But we want to make it pretty. So, if you open this up, you will see that this is indeed a bag. So all we did was we took 2 bags and we combined it into one to make a larger bag. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim the top off just a little bit because this is supposed to be a mini bag, not a gigantic one. So I'm going to trim the top off. I'm going to just look at it and guess and see where it looks good. So basically what you can do is you can fold it down without creasing it, of course, and you can look at how tall it is. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to eyeball it and see about how tall I want it. And I can make any of the decorations and embellishments and goodies inside fit the size of the bag. So I'm probably going to take about 2 inches off the top. Okay, so we have 2 inches taken off the top. Now what you could do with this is you could do several different things. You could leave it exactly how it is, or you could actually embellish this. So if you have a punch, I'm not going to do anything to it. I'm just probably going to put some tape on it and that's about it. But if you have a die cutting machine, whether it is a Cricut, whether it's a Silhouette, or those are electronic machines, or whether it's a Cuttlebug or a Revolution, which are both manual cutting machines. I have a Cricut as well as a Revolution, but I don't have border not stamps, but dies, which is what they're called. So I'm just going to leave this alone for now. I'll probably decorate it with some washi and whatnot. So, but yeah, so our bag is complete. Now we get to decorate. But I will probably call this a day on this particular video, and I will leave the decorating for another video so this one's not super long and you can actually see what it is I'm doing to the bag. So if you like this video, make sure that you subscribe, or definitely want you to subscribe, but if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And yeah, if you have any comments, suggestions, or requests, leave them in the comment section below. And if you have any questions about how I made this card or the envelope, the tutorials will be in the description box below as well. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. I do upload videos daily and sometimes even twice a day. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time. Bye guys.